Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Vanna. I'm from International Trade and Business Study Program. And good afternoon again, Professor. Here is the main problem. What we see, what really wrong for the Starbucks. And there are three. First is too many product variety. When there are too many variety product, make the menu is complete and make the slow service even for the customer to making the decision for order. And when there are too many variety of product, it would be hard for training and high cost for buying ingredient to stock also. The second, worker and workload conflict. At that time, worker work for a long time with a low wage and high stress, and it's normally it would be affect to their feeling, and it would be affect to the customer could be having a bad experience during at that time. And the third, global strategy weakness. Starbucks mostly depend on much on United States and China. Especially in China, we know that Chinese they prefer tea more than coffee. But normally Starbucks they do not customize, do not change their recipe or their product based on the local preference or local culture. And even the price also, Starbucks usually very high and expensive price. For example, they set the price from United States $3, $5, but $3, $5 in Southeast Asia or in developing country is very expensive, and they do not drop the price even the rent and even the salary there for the worker is cheaper. Then do not adapt very well for the global strategy. This is the problem that make Starbucks very difficult time in 2023.
Abraham Dennis Nyarkoh. I am talking on what could be done to solve the problems that we found. The first one is simplify menu and standardize process. That can be done by cutting low selling complex drinks in their system. It can also be done by standardizing the core recipes and preparation sequence across all stores. The third one is to apply lean principle. That is by removing the waste from their systems to make their system smooth to flow. The fourth one is they can also use digital forecasting systems to align stock and staffing in their system. The examples that we can speak to are that of McDonald's. They simplified their menu in 2015 by removing the low selling items that improve their service speed and the accuracy. The second one is Domino's Pizza. They also use process standardization and automation to maintain constant products in their global system. The next one is workers versus workload conflict. That can be done by increasing wages and incentives for experienced partners. It can also be done by improving the onboarding and continuous training programs for their workers. They can also redesign work shifts and staffing models to match the store traffic pattern. They can also empower their employees to make small process improvements at the local front. The examples that we pick for this are the Toyota production system that combines continuous improvement with respect to the workers. Ritz-Carlton Hotel also trains every employee to solve customer issues directly, reducing escalation time and improving service that the delay in consulting senior officers. The next point is decentralized global operations. That is to create regional management hubs with authorities to choose over menu, suppliers, and marketing. They can also develop local supply chains, that is to have the source of their coffee, milk, and packaging done on regional basis. They can also tailor operations to culture preferences. That is, they can also introduce tea-based menus in Asian market instead of the regular coffee. They can also use data analytics to monitor regional performances and share best practices with their teams that are not meeting the standard. So those who are performing can share their ways of operations with those that are behind the system. The examples that we have is Unilever operates with regional clusters that adapt products and operations to the local market they operate in. And Toyota also allow local plants to modify production systems as they follow global lean principles in the company.
So good afternoon. My name is Rahman Tarek. So I'm going to talk about the strategic reflection. So what should they do? So we are going to like the first option. Like Starbucks have lots of drinks variation, and I think they should simplify the menu. Like Starbucks, they should have removed those the drinks they are not selling well. They should keep those drinks that are most profitable and most orderable, and in this process it will make process run smoother, quick, and most customers as well as companies like employees. So what to do? So first of all, they need to keep those best selling drinks. They need to cut their custom options. As we know, Starbucks has like almost thousands of custom drinks option, and that is too much. Sometimes it's confuse the customers and as well as employees, and like the employees, and they need to train their employee on their menu, and they need to use to promote their core items. Like there's some kind of app they can use it to promote it, and they need to do some marketing about this, and then finally they can design their like their shop, not their table, for their faster flow, customer flow. And why it works? So customer can order faster there. So when you have like they can order faster, there will be less customer in the shop, and that will run this operation smoothly. And when there is less customer, and not less customer, that like when there is not too much crowd, so the stress going to relieve. There is less stress for the employee, and employee will do some like fewer mistakes. And for this situation, the coffee taste will be better, and the service and the quality of service will increase day by day. So that's it.